Welcome into Lake Point Sports. I'm Cory McCartney. It's a Champions Weekend. It's the Public Legends of the Spring presented by Palmy Insurance to be exact, and that means campus is bustling with activity at every venue. We're here at the Baseball Village where in our game of the day we'll see the Chicago White Sox Ace against the TG Dbacks in the Prep Baseball Open. Excited to bring you today's action with first pitch slated for 10:45 a.m. So much happening, as I mentioned, across campus this weekend, the second of 6 Champions Weekends. Again, we've got the Prep Baseball Open here at the Baseball Village, the Rise Hoops, the 100 Session 2 going on at the Champions Center, BVCA Pairs Tournament at the Beach Pavilion, and the Elite Club National League Soccer at the Publix Fields. Publix is hosting the inaugural grill-off as well at 11:30 today. So if you're a little bit hangry, head on over to the Baseball Village and get yourself some burgers and watch two coaches face off as they're going to put their cooking skills to the test. So make sure you want to check that out. We also have a live remote from our partners, 680 The Fan. There's music, food, beverage, so much going on. My kids would call it, and I'm not allowed to say this at home, they would say it's lit. But in the meantime, we're going to put our focus here on one of the competitors in this weekend's tournament, Charlie Culberson Baseball Academy, Kane Woods, and he showed us how he gets into his bag and gears up for game day. That's Kane Woods, Darlington 2028, playing for Charlie Culberson Baseball, and he's going to show us how he gears up.
This is my 32 drop 3 select power. This is what I use to hit. This is my wood bat, 33 inch. I got it from minor league player Maddox Houghton. I use Bruce bolts. My bands to get my arm loose before the game and keep it well healthy. I use an R9 infielder's glove. Use it for pitching, everything. Got my helmet. He got it for us himself. Has our logo on it, everything. And this is my other wood bat that I used in the WWA last year. To drop 5 Old Hickory.
You've seen how Kane gears up. Now get to Academy so you can gear up too. The good news is we now have a chance for you to gear up as well all weekend long. We have an exclusive offer from Academy Sports Plus Outdoors with 20% off your entire purchase. It's valid at all Georgia stores April 19th to 21st, and you can scan this QR code. Or if you're not fast enough, head on over to Lake Point Sports on X, and you can find the code there as well. The month of April is National Youth Sports Safety Month, and with the help of Premier Sports Medicine, our on-site athletic trainers here at Lake Point Sports, and in conjunction with Palmy Insurance, the presenting sponsor of all Champions Weekends, we're bringing you tips from Premier Sports Medicine's certified athletic trainers. Here's Kate Baltonato with her tips on how to prepare for game day.
Hi, I'm Kat, athletic trainer for Premier Sports Medicine. As coaches, parents, and staff, you play a crucial role in ensuring that your athletes perform at their best. Today we'll discuss key elements in pre-preparation for a sports event, including stretching, hydration, and nutrition. First, we'll discuss stretching. Proper stretching before an event is crucial in making sure that your muscles are ready for performance. You'll want to ensure that your athletes are performing dynamic stretches, which include high knees and butt kicks that help engage your hamstrings and quads and mimic your movements that you'll be performing in sports. You'll want to avoid static stretching and save that for after activity. These types of stretches decrease muscle performance and are saved best for recovery. Secondly, we'll discuss hydration. Hydration is important for optimal performance. You'll want to start hydrating the day before and continue throughout the rest of the day and the next day to ensure that your hydration level is optimal for your performance. The recommended amount for athletes varies based off of several factors that include body size, activity level, and environmental conditions. Did you know that your urine is a good source to determine if you're hydrated enough? Your urine wants to be a color between light yellow, similar to lemonade. Water is the best choice, but you can also consume sport drinks to help replenish your electrolytes that you lose when you sweat. Last and most importantly, we'll discuss nutrition. You want to consume 2 to 3 hours before a meal that consists of healthy carbs, a lean protein, and healthy fats. For example, a lean chicken breast, a healthy sweet potato that's baked, and avocados. You want to avoid greasy foods like fast foods and sodas. These sit in your stomach a lot longer, and it's a lot harder for your body to digest it, leading to digestive issues along the way. Snacks like fruit, granola, and yogurt are good to consume a little bit closer to activity level for increased energy and throughout the day if you have tournaments or double headers. By incorporating these practices into your routine, you can help your athlete perform at their best. Share this with your parents, fellow players, and coaches to help you achieve your best. Let's work together to ensure that you're prepared for success.
Back at it, Cory McCartney now joined by Avery Hunt as we head up to first pitch here in this matchup at the Prep Baseball Open between the TG Dbacks and Chicago White Sox Ace. Let's go ahead and look at how these teams are going to be sorting out here as they hit the field. Again, we're looking at first pitch right around the 10:45 window, so getting ready to watch this thing in action. Chicago White Sox going to have Lloyd Ballerini on the mound. He's going to be followed defensively by Jordan Terrell at first base, Matthew Nabanaw at second base. Going to have Aiden Patterson at third base. Xavier Castro at short. Behind the plate is Haven Gamboa. And then the outfield is going to go Malcolm Hill in right, Ethan Johnson in center field, and Nick Hale in left field. TG Dbacks leading off here with Riley Jordan. Going to be followed by Landon Collette and Zach Carter. So, Avery, good to have you in as always, man. Camp is a little bit crazy this weekend with all the Champions weekend stuff going on, and man, you can barely move around here. There's just so much happening everywhere.
Absolutely, it's a lot going on this weekend, especially with all the stuff with Publix. So, always good to kind of have that energy going on around the ballpark.
That's in for a strike. .9 on the radar there. Sends that one into right field, and that's going to, dropping a little bit to the shorts. The second baseman grabs that one, stops it from heading down to the outfield. Chicago White Sox team got a chance to play in the game before this. They fell to the Kennesaw Generals. So kids getting a little more acclimated to the field dimensions, and was talking to Anthony Olivo, the director of Chicago White Sox Ace program, and saying a lot of these kids, this is a big jump for them going up to these big fields, and obviously there's a lot to learn when you get acclimated to the new dimensions of these parks. Absolutely,
it's a real big jump from the 13s to the 14s. Obviously, depending on what dimensions you play at the 13U level, backing bases up 10 feet, the mound backing it up 6 feet or so from the 5480 stuff. I mean, it's a little bit different of a ball game, especially going into the 14U using the BB Core bats comparative to the drop fives that they use at 13s, which are, as we all know, a little more have a little more juice in them than the BB cores these days. So it's definitely a step up, and it's kind of an adjustment for a lot of guys as they kind of get going in the spring season into that 60-90 14U division.
So you got Landon Collette up to the plate right now, lefty, swing and a miss. 5'8", 140-pounder on his way to West Forsyth, 2028, plays shortstop and catcher. Today he's going to be playing shortstop for the TG Dbacks. Of course, we're bringing you this action here from the Audi Marietta field, our championship field here. Swing and a miss, nice pitch. Lloyd Ballerini gets him down on strikes, so very quickly, 2 down. Here comes Zach Carter. Zach, 2028, on his way to North Forsyth. Zach's behind the plate today for the D-backs. Some nice connections here, obviously, for both major league teams. Shoots that one into center field. Camps underneath it. nice quick inning there on the mound for Lloyd Ballerini. Get a little bit more into this White Sox program, especially later on when Anthony Olivo joins us. We're scoreless through the half an inning here. You're watching the Prep Baseball Open from Lake Point Sports. We'll be back with more shortly.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, and this. So you can get together for a little of that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Welcome back to Lake Point Sports. You are watching the Prep Baseball Open. This, of course, all part of the Publix Legends of the Spring weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. Cory McCartney along with Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt. TG Dbacks now out defensively. We're going to see Bryson Box on the mound. Got Zach Carter, who just hit in that first half an inning behind the plate. Jacob Ward's at first base. Then they go with Colin Walsh at second. I somehow didn't have a third baseman listed on my roster. So then we're going to go with shortstop Landon Collette. Then the outfield is going to go Owen Avery in left, Riley Jordan in right. And they go with center fielder Justin Carr. So leading off things here for the Chicago White Sox ace, Eden Patterson, followed by Jordan Terrell and Matthew Nabinall.
So we've got some good baseball weather today. It's a little overcast with a little bit of a breeze, I think. Yesterday was 80 degrees with no wind. So it was getting a little warm down here, but, today's, I think, the perfect day for baseball. I know the wind is a little chilly for some people, so I see some sweatshirts coming back out here.
That's right. Got Liam Bell playing third base today, by the way, for the D-backs as he pull up the lineups. So here's Aiden Patterson. Aiden, 2028, 5'8", 130. Skies that one into left field. Center fielder makes a run on it for out number one. Get into Aiden a little bit later. He's been making the rounds. Was at the McCook Rising Star ID in April. So one of the first steps if you want to try to work your way onto one of the junior feature games teams. That's certainly an environment that will get you on everyone's radar, the Prep Baseball Illinois crew.
Absolutely. See, repping the Future Game shirt from last year.
There's Jordan Terrell. Jordan on his way to the Lindbaum Math and Science Academy. So coming out of it with a little more brains than I think I was when I was 14 years old.
Your time in the box there. Kind of step out, make sure he's ready to go.
Dribbler to second, gathers, throws in time for the second out. Where do you stand on pitchers with hoods?
I don't know. I don't think I have a strong feeling either way. If they can do it with a hood on, all the best to you. I feel like I would irritate me, but I don't know. I'm a little weird. So, hey, if he can rock with it, and as long as he doesn't have it on his head, I think I'm good with it.
Yeah, Bryson Box working for him so far. Got 2 down in the inning. Shoots that one in right field very quickly. We're through the first. I think we had about a combined 10 pitches between both teams there. So we're scoreless through 1. You're watching the Prep Baseball Open, and we'll be back with more shortly from Lake Point Sports.
Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one,
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Welcome back to Lake Point Sports. This is the Prep Baseball Open. Cory McCartney along with Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt, and we have taken pace of play to an entirely different level. 15 combined pitches over the first inning, a scoreless inning, as Bryson Box from Dbacks and Lloyd Ballerini from the White Sox just out there spinning scoreless frames. So we'll see what's in store here as we roll into the second. Now see Jacob Ward, the first baseman for Dbacks, followed by Cooper Vale and Owen Avery.
Might be the quickest first inning we've had all year.
Yeah.
Broadcast or no broadcast.
That's right. Guys just up there throwing strikes. Ward belts that one into center field, makes the catch. Just continue. And this is, slow down, boys. Slow down.
Seven outs on 16 pitches.
That's right.
Love it. It's great for pace of play and getting everything done today. So.
Yeah, but you pull up all these notes and you don't even get to get into them.
You don't get to talk about it.
No. So here's Cooper Vale. Maybe I'll turn into, back in the day, they used to have these things called micro machines, and there was a micro machines guy, and he would like talk 1,000 miles an hour as he would tell you about them. So if anybody's watching, is unfamiliar with micro machines, go to YouTube, pull it up, and this guy talks a mile a minute. I might have to actually do that, or Twister from the Kanye West slow jams for the other people, a little younger crowd. Shoots that one into right field. We're going to have another out.
8 outs on 18 pitches.
So the outfielders getting their pop fly practice in here a little bit early, and we're now 2 down, and here comes Owen Avery, the left fielder. Sure, the coaches are happy not to see walks, though, as he skies that one into center field, makes a run on it, and we're through another half of an inning. So some efficient work here from these pitchers and some nice outfield play so far. Through 1.5, it's scoreless. This is the Prep Baseball Open. We'll be back from Lake Point Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
Welcome back to Lake Point Sports. This is the Prep Baseball Open. Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt. This, of course, part of the Public Legends of the Spring Weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. We are scoreless because nobody can put a ball into play that actually does not fall into an outfielder's hands through 1.5 here. It's been an efficient game, to say the least, so far. We're going to see Bryson Box back on the mound for Dbacks. He's got Lloyd Ballerini, Andre Gordon, and Xavier Castro in this half an inning. Bryson Box has some swag. He's got the chain, he's got the eye black, he's got the wrist tape, he's got the hood. He's got it all going on.
We're having to cut the commercial short a little bit just to get some airtime through the first inning and a half. They've recorded 9 outs on 19 pitches between both teams. So
a remarkable pace, to say the least. We'll see if anybody can break through and get a runner on base. That's going to driving up the pitch count there with a ball.
Through 6 pitches.
Hey, the coaches love it, though, because you're not walking guys and you're not having to run through pitchers. So
our first 2-ball count of the game.
That's right. All right, all new territory here. Loie Ballerini against Bryson Box. Miss, makes it 3-0. Potentially have our first base runner of the game here in the bottom of the second. Well, that misses, gets away from the catcher, and we are going to have our first base runner in the form of Loie Ballerini. Going to have a courtesy runner here for the pitcher. Now we'll see Andre Gordon. See how aggressive Chicago White Sox ace is with a runner on. Andre Gordon, 2028, Chicago, like so many of these White Sox ace players are. Another player was that was at that McCook Rising Stars showcase in April. Outfielder and left-handed pitcher. He also played in the Prep Baseball Open and May Slugfest last year. Interestingly, none of the players on TG Dbacks are listed as having played in a single event here. But there's a number of them on the Chicago White Sox ace team.
That's very odd because the TG Dbacks are here a good amount throughout the spring, summer, and the fall. So maybe that is interesting. I didn't. The guys from Chicago have a few more games under their belt here than some of these TG Dbacks guys.
Yeah, they come down here in full force. This White Sox ace program does. I mean, they've got a number of teams playing here, and it seems like every tournament that they're a part of, they come down here in mass to play in these events.
Absolutely, we love having these guys down here. They're easy to deal with, and just kind of roll with whatever we got going on. So love having them down, and it's another walk here.
All right, so back-to-back walks. Already seen runner take second base, so going to have a runner in scoring position. We move along here to Xavier Castro. Castro on his way to De La Salle High School in Chicago. He played at May Slugfest in 2022 in the Baseball Open last year. Got Anthony Olivo from the Chicago White Sox ace program going to join us here after this second inning. Going to come in relief for Avery Hunt, give him a little bit of a break. Shows bunt, gets it down. Box Fields throws the first in time, but both runners advance. So going to have him at second and third, 90 feet away from the first run of the game. Nice sacrifice bunt from Xavier Castro, and now it's Haven Gamboa, the catcher.
Really good job there. A little ABC baseball. Get your first 2 guys on, bunt them over to second and third. Now you're kind of in business with 1 out. Guy on third base, ground ball scores your first run of the ball game.
That gets away from the catcher. See if the runner's going to take off. Staying put. Haven Gamboa, 2028, Blue Island, Illinois. Plays catcher, middle infield, outfield, right-handed pitcher. Basically everything. Wherever you need him, Haven Gamboa is there.
It's a good skill set to have, especially at a young age. Kind of figure out where you fit best and be able to, bounce around, play a bunch of different positions. I know there's a few teams in the SEC that are very much on the guys need to be able to play multiple positions trained, so that's always a good thing. We have
calling for a balk, so we're going to have a run via balk for our first run of the game. Not the way Bryson Box wanted the Chicago White Sox Ace to get on the board, but it's going to be 1-0. Not sure if you saw that wild play in AAA, the Rochester, where the pitcher spiked the ball. It kind of rolled to the catcher, and he threw back to third. Obviously, that one going to get to the third, makes the throw across the diamond in time for the second out.
I have not seen that one, but hey, I mean, whatever it takes to get an out, I guess.
Yeah, and the announcers I was like, well, that call is going to get challenged because that's certainly a balk. If you start to move, it doesn't even it doesn't even get to the if it's. You're obviously setting the guy up. You're trying to deceive the runner. So certainly they were trying to deceive the runner, and it worked on the video. But I'm sure somebody has something to say about that. Shoots that one to short, gathers, throws for the third out, excuse me. Scoreboard was a little bit behind there. So we're going to be through 2 innings, but Chicago White Sox Ace have a 1-0 lead on the TG Dbacks. We'll be back with more shortly. You are watching the Prep Baseball Open from Lake Point Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back to Lake Point Sports. Cory McCartney with you. You're watching the Prep Baseball Open. This, of course, part of the Publix Legends of the Spring presented by Palmy Insurance. Now joined by Anthony Olivo, Director of ACE and Community Baseball Programs for the Chicago White Sox. Anthony, man, appreciate the time. Thanks for coming by.
No, thanks for having us. We love being out here. It's a great facility. New turf, it looks like.
That's right.
Different colors. Always good weather, and it's always a fun trip for our families.
Yeah, so the fields were resurfaced this past winter, and they took everything down to the concrete, got it all resurfaced, ready to roll in a mere 40 days. The geosurfaces folks did, so we could have a high school tournament that we had here happening in the middle of February. So it was quite the undertaking, but the reactions that we've gotten from the players has been. They've been pretty stoked about it. I mean, it's has more of a major league feel to it. Apparently, you guys will love this coming down from Chicago too. If you get down here this summer, it's supposed to be 10 degrees cooler.
Really?
These lighter colors, so that'll be to the players' benefit without question.
I'm sure they will love that. A few years ago, it was like 110 on the turf, and I think our 12-year-olds were in like the third game, extra innings, high emotion games, and it was the turf was just, you could see the steam coming off it. So that's pretty cool, though. I didn't know you could do that.
Lloyd Ballerini been rolling along here, scoreless as we. It's 1-0 lead, for Chicago White Sox. Even the Dbacks scoreless as we're into the third inning. So let's talk a little bit about the Chicago White Sox Ace program, the Amateur City Elite. Been around since 2007. Cory Ray, the first player within the program to reach the majors when he did that with the Milwaukee Brewers in 2021. Over 280 players have gotten college scholarships. Tell me a little bit about the mission of Chicago White Sox Ace, and obviously that bringing you guys down here to Lake Point Sports this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we've had a lot of success. Our numbers are great. Our mission is to level the playing field. We noticed that at a long time ago, 15, 16 years ago, 2007, that we had to do our part within the community and to give our kids in the inner city a chance to compete at a high level. And White Sox Charities and Jerry Reinsdorf, they do a great job of supporting the kids. And we do everything we can, from tutoring to mental health to year-round training, and a big thing is our coaches is year-round mentorship. So we try to do our part to make sure our kids are getting exposed and get to the next level.
And we have so many of your teams down here. Is that one is skied into center field, able to camp underneath it for the second out. We've had so many of your teams down here. I spent some time with Sir Jamison Jones. He was part of that team that got to play at the Field of Dreams back in 2022. I know he was really excited about that and caught up with Sir Jamison again at the Super 60 in Chicago at the McCook at the Max back in February. He's now on his way to Oklahoma State. So you guys just continue to put these kids in great positions to live out their baseball dreams.
Yeah, I think the Field of Dreams game specifically for Sir Jamison and Cavalry Thunderbird was kind of like the launching pad. It was, they were young. They were, I think at the time, 14, and it kind of catapulted their career. They were put on a big stage, and that was a nerve-wracking game for me as a coach and the fans, and those kids going out there, smooth, and from there he was able to get invited to a lot of big things, MLB Breakthrough Series, the Super 60, and he kind of really shaped his career. And we'll see what happens this summer with him. But it's you put them on a platform and they're built for it, right? They're Chicago tough, and it's and I'm excited to see what his future holds.
Tell me what you take pride in with this. I mean, certainly you get a kid like Sir Jamison Jones is on his way to a Division I, a Power 5 program. You have somebody in the form of Cory Ray that's on, plays in the major leagues. But is it that you take the most pride in, or is it simply just helping a kid kind of realize who he is through the game of baseball?
I think seeing them reach their potential is huge, but I think the biggest thing in someone like Sir Jamison and watching Cory and a lot of our alumni is what they do for the younger generation. Sir Jamison right now, and just how Cory was back when Sir Jamison was younger, and all these kids they're an icon. They're mentors, and they come to practice. All winter I saw Cavalry and Sir Jamison. They're technically aged out of the program, right? So they're high school seniors. We have open practices, but they're not obligated to be there. Now they're coming to get the extra work, but they have to also do their part with the kids. I'm fine with you coming and work. I'll throw BP to you all day, but put on a good show, be a mentor, be a role model for these kids, and that's what truly are. And I think it's really what makes the program special is this kind of brotherhood and this family atmosphere. And you see with our coaches to the players, but you also see with our older players to the younger players.
It's interesting because we've had this conversation for years now within baseball about representation, right? I mean, obviously in Chicago, you guys had Tim Anderson there for a while as well. But trying to find someone that you can look to that looks like you playing at the level you want to get to, you guys are creating that yourselves. I mean, there's so many major league teams that are looking to do things within the community, but no disrespect to any other major league teams, but it seems as though the White Sox have taken it to a different level than a lot of other clubs have been to this point.
I think over the last couple of years, you've seen Major League Baseball get involved a little bit more with all their programming, and you're seeing other major league clubs kind of dip their toes in it. I think we're one of the few that kind of go full throttle. We really rarely hear the word no. And it's I ask for a lot of things, and White Sox Series is gracious to us, and we will go above and beyond for our kids, and even the coaches. Our coaches are, a lot of them have played high level baseball, and they have full time jobs, and they come and. It's hard. You work on 9 to 5, and you have to come coach a 12-year-old game or 13-year-old game or be in practice and throw BP for 3 to 4 hours. So it's just a all hands in effort, and it's truly remarkable that the White Sox and White Sox Series have been very grateful to us, and I think it's an upward trend though. I think you're going to see more clubs start kind of modeling Ace, and I think that's great.
Bryson Box continues on the mound for TG Dbacks. We've got Marcus Jackson going to be followed by Tony Batista and Malcolm Hill. Tell me about the White Sox involvement with the program. I mean, certainly, you guys are a little bit separate, able to run things the way that you want to and able to make the trips that you want to make. But what's the involvement like in terms of, obviously, we see the uniforms. We see them looking like the Chicago White Sox. But what's the interactions like with the Major League Club?
It's great. I think every year, we were just in Kansas City this April 6th, April 7th, we took 4 or 5 kids to the White Sox versus Kansas City Royal game, and they went to the Negro League Museum with Assistant General Manager Josh Barfield, our play-by-play guy John Schriffen, and a few other coaches, and even Michael Kopech was there. So the interactions when they are with the kids, and not everything's on camera when they're there, but they love being around the kids. They love when the kids come to the ballpark. They love kind of coming to practice. We've had pitching clinics, we have hitting clinics. Ethan Katz, our pitching guy, he's going to be doing something with them later on in the year, and they will do anything for the kids, and it's awesome for our kids to see that. this past winter we were able to work out and hit at the ballpark. And there's nothing cooler for a 16, 17, 15-year-old kid to walk to guaranteed rate field, go in the cages, see the weight room, right? Like that's, if you see it, you can believe it, right? And that's really cool.
Dribbler back to the pitcher. Box throws second in time, back to first, gets the double play. Yeah, got him for the double play. Nice setup there by Bryson Box to get 2 down in the inning. Certainly, I'm sure you take a lot of pride, too, if you end up seeing somebody taking the field as the Chicago White Sox, having come through the Chicago White Sox Ace program.
We do have one of our alumni, DJ Gladney. He's in Single A right now, and we're hoping he continues to climb the ranks. We've heard some good reports from the minor league staff, and yeah, that would be a dream. I think any of our kids who can break through to get to the major leagues is awesome. When Cory did it, handful of people were able to get to Wrigley Field when the Brewers took on the Cubs, and hopefully we see something in the future. It's great. Alec Thomas, who came through our program with the Diamondbacks, when he's in town, he's always like bring the kids out to the field, right? So it's they happened to be in town last September, and it was right when we came off the MLB RBI World Series, and he was able to go and talk to the kids, and it was a cool experience.
I was at the Prep Baseball All-American game in Milwaukee in September. Cory Ray was one of the coaches for the event up there as well. So he's certainly a guy who's in position to give back, and he's absolutely doing that at every turn that he has. Tell me about how the kids get involved with the program. How are you guys able to field these teams that we see out here playing this weekend?
We have a tryout every July. We start our program at 12, and our 12-year-old tryout is a lot of kids. A lot of 10, 11, 12-year-olds come out, and we host a tryout, and from there we kind of pick what who makes the team, and obviously we have a mission for the program, and all things kind of go into account, but it's really just an open tryout. We do our part to be involved with the Little Leagues in the community, and we sponsor a lot of Little Leagues, and so we know kind of where the kids are coming from, and so we kind of have a good idea, but that's really just an open tryout.
When you were bringing the kids down here at this time of the year, what's the message in terms of the opportunity on it's going to go down on strikes? Bryson Box knew he had that K, but I think we thought we were going to get another walk there. We're through on our way through 3 innings. It's 1-0 lead for the Chicago White Sox Ace program here with Anthony Olivo from the White Sox Ace program. Tell me a little bit about bringing the kids down here, just kind of the expectations that you set. When they're it's a lot to bring these kids down here in the middle of the school year and bring them down to play in a tournament like this.
For us, we want to get out of the cold weather, right? April in Chicago, you never know, it could be snowing. So we like to make our Atlanta trip. It's pretty much a staple. For the youth program, we bring all 5 teams or 6 teams, whatever we have every year down here. They keep it in one complex, and Prep Baseball Report's great to us. So, but at the end of the day, the message is a business trip. We want the kids to enjoy themselves, but they know we're here down for. We're here to showcase our talents and show that we can compete with the players out in the South. And it by no means we didn't have a game yesterday, but we found cages and we landed and we went straight to practice. So it's a business trip, but them to enjoy the moment, right? You're playing on an awesome field, awesome scenery. You're playing against top competition, and it's really kind of just what to expect when they get to high school, because as we know, we're going to be down here every year from 15, 16, and 17. So it's kind of like a little teaser to what high school baseball is going to be like.
Yeah, so you guys were over at the USA Scout Indoor Complex. They opened their doors for you guys to get some work in yesterday. So obviously baseball community, supporting baseball community there and getting you guys an opportunity to get some work in. Yeah,
it was great. We were kind of, the Braves were in town. We knew some kids were going to want to go to the Braves game, so we did an early practice, and then we had, I would say about 85% of our kids there, and a lot of swings, a lot of cages, a lot of swings, and hopefully our bats start to come alive in this game. That'd be great to get off that one, but no, it was a good experience, and we were really grateful for USA Scout to open the doors for us.
1-0 continues to be our score. Louis Ballerini, I'm not allowed to say he's not allowed to hit, but something's not yet happened for the TG Dbacks in this game as we're into the top of the 4th, and he's been ultra efficient, 28 pitches, 19 strikes. Had 3 strikeouts, has yet to walk anybody. I think so often, I've coached at the youth level for a long time. I think at this age and this early when you're looking at pool play, you don't want to eat into a pitching staff. You get a kid that can go up there and just throw the ball across the plate. That's what you're looking for, and Louis Ballerini is absolutely doing that right now.
Yeah, he's keeping the ball low, and our catcher, Haven Gambo, is calling a great game. we try to teach our kids how to call games, and we coach them in between innings on what you see with the players' hands, and to try to work off it. So our catcher's actually calling his own game right now. Lloyd's keeping the ball low, and our defense is doing the work.
That's impressive because there's a lot of you see a lot of coaches calling the signaling in. I mean, Kennesaw General, so you guys played before this. One of their other teams, I've seen them actually using the PitchCom system within games. So, I mean, that's a pretty advanced trait for you guys to already be having a kid, at this age, being able to call his own game.
Yeah, it's something we want. I mean, we tease it at 13 and 12 there in the midweek games, getting our work in and our reps in. But really at 14, our program is based on development. I love trophies. I love the hardware. We tell the kids it's a business trip, but at the end of the day, we hope we get better each and every day. So it's something to learn off of. If you ask my coaches, I'm sure they all want the PitchCom thing. I've gotten a lot of text messages. Shout out David Reed. He tells me about it every single year to get them, but we're hoping we're not there at that level.
Yeah, I think it takes away some of the the fundamentals of the catching position too, because that's part of it is understanding the pitcher, understanding what's working for the pitcher that day, and the pitcher, the coach doesn't have the same vantage point that a catcher has to be able to see what's working and what's not.
Yeah, but it's in the game. You see in the college level, the pro level, and
yep.
we see a lot of high schools back in Chicago starting to use it. I guess it's the newer version of the quarterback play calling.
That's right.
Team. So it's yeah, I think at the young level, I think the kids nowadays they don't watch enough baseball. So to understand all the baseball situations, and especially when you get to 14, when you get on that big diamond, like 12 and 13, you don't see double cuts, you don't see a lot of things. But at 14, it's baseball, and we got to play some small ball sometime.
Got a runner at second base now, first of the game here for TG Dbacks. Shoots that one into right field, on the run. Watches that one go foul. Fences will sneak up on you there. So your own baseball journey, you played at Merrimack College.
Mm-hmm.
You've been with the White Sox since 2011. So tell me about going from playing collegiately to getting into the game in a different way.
I was at Merrimack for just about 2 years, and I ended up finishing my college career at University of Illinois as a student. But, the old saying, baseball ends for everybody, right? And I ended up getting a degree in sports management, and I actually did internships with the Chicago White Sox Ace program back in 2011, 12, and 13, and that's where I met Cory Ray and Darius Day. So, immediately at a young age when I was around those kids, I fell in love with the program. I ended up working with the White Sox in various roles, and I remember leaving the organization in 2017, and I went to my current boss. I said, if anything ever opens up with the Ace program, let me know. I really did not know anything was ever going to open up, and 10 months later it did, and I've been here since 2018, and it's been a wild journey. But it's a dream job, and it's a lot of work, but you're around kids, right? And you're really, the program is can change someone's life trajectory, which is awesome.
That's fantastic. So 3-2 count for Ballerini. He's got Landon Collette at the plate.
Two-hitter or three-hitter? Two-hitter, I believe.
Zach Carter in the on-deck circle. Draws a walk, so we're going to have runners at first and second with 2 down.
A three-hitter coming up.
And here comes Zach Carter, the catcher.
Now, I can't tell if our coaches are telling them, but I just watched our outfield move themselves, and I'm really hoping they did it on their own, because that means they're learning and understanding the game.
Yeah, so much of the little things like that, right? Like I think we, you watch guys at the major league level, pulling out index cards and, having their, their scouting reports on everybody. But, sometimes I think it's just, what happened that last time that guy was at bat and just being able to have those mental adjustments. I mean, I think as much as you want the coach up there with his hand going behind that, telling, but at the same time, you want these kids to have the understanding of the flow of the game and knowing what to do. And nice move there from Lloyd Ballerini. Our camera was deceived as well, didn't catch up with him. We're through 3.5 innings. 1-0 is the lead for Chicago White Sox Ace. We'll be back with more shortly. You're watching the Prep Baseball Open from Lake Point Sports.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one,
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete and all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
You were watching the Prep Baseball Open from here at Lake Point Sports. This is part of the Published Legends of the Spring weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. Cory McCartney, joined by Anthony Olivo, Director of Ace and Community Baseball Programs for the Chicago White Sox. 1-0 is our lead for the Chicago White Sox Ace over TG Dbacks as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. And as we were talking, been a pitching-led affair so far. The only run we've seen was via walk. Lloyd Ballerini has pitched extremely well for your White Sox Ace program and just making it hard to square up and putting the ball in the strike zone.
He's pitching well. He's keeping the ball down. He's mixing speeds, and hopefully we get an insurance run. But right now it's a pitcher's battle because their guy's doing pretty good too. Yeah, we were laughing. Avery Hunt and I were that we were through the first 2 innings in 15 pitches. It was just I couldn't imagine. We've not had a game that's gone that quickly. I thought maybe we were going to get done in under half an hour. It's moving pretty quick. Our head coach Dan Tucker actually said that was the first time in the last 2 weeks we went on pitching on the defensive side. Went 1, 2, 3. So I was like, well, that's a good sign.
Well, here's Jordan Terrell. He's going to be followed by Matthew Nabu.
I hope I got that right.
Well,
I should have just let you say it. I could have had a nice little scapegoat there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong. Jordan 0 for 1 on the day, sends that one foul.
Got to utilize the other side of the field.
So 1-2 is the count. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball, 62 miles an hour. Gets him down on strikes. So very quickly, 2 down.
Seems like a game which starter is going to get bounced first. Right now both are pitching really well, so hopefully the White Sox can wake up their bats a little bit. But number 12 for the D-backs is pitching extremely well too. Yeah,
Bryson Bach spinning a gem as well. Matthew Nabu here. Nabu, we're going to go with Nabu. He takes that one in the back. So we're going to have a base runner. Box has allowed 4 base runners, 3 of them via walk, and now the hit by pitch. The 1 run of the game did come via a balk from him in the 2nd inning. Here's Lloyd Ballerini. See how aggressive your guys are with a runner on and searching for that insurance run. Shoots that one foul.
In this game right now, I'd like to see them be a little aggressive. The catcher does have a good arm, so I wouldn't hate to see a delayed steal, but you do have your 4-hitter up, and Lloyd's been seeing the ball pretty well at the plate, so you don't want to take the bat out of his hand.
That one misses inside. Do you guys keep since you have so many teams, do you guys keep the off-season training? Is it static across all the programs? Does it differ by coach? How do you guys approach that?
It's so for the most part, we start our off-season training really November. We kind of get a break for the month of October, and then we do a lot of our educational stuff in the month of October, November, and then off-season training. And for the most part, for the first, especially for the youth players, for the first, I would say 8 to 11 weeks, it's pretty much the same programming. We differ it obviously on ability and the age groups, but for the most part, we have our infield day, we have our outfield day, we have our pitchers and catchers day, we have a weight room, our strength and conditioning program, our off-season hitting plan is, you know, the same approach that we get and teach at 12 that we're going to get to at 14. And then once the high school kids go to their high school season in the middle of February, then at that point our youth coaches will take their team. They'll start working on first and thirds and kind of the individual strengths of their own team. But for probably from November to about middle of February, we have a structured program.
Okay. Well, he is Anthony Olivo from the Chicago White Sox Ace program. His team's got a 1-0 lead on the TG Dbacks. Anthony, man, I appreciate you stopping by. Best of luck to you, the guys. I'm sure we'll see you here all summer long. Stick with us. We'll be back with more shortly. This is the Prep Baseball Open from Lake Point Sports. All weekend long, we have an exclusive offer from Academy Sports Plus Outdoors with 20% off your entire purchase. That is valid at all Georgia stores April 19th through 21st. And you can scan this QR code. If you're not fast enough, head on over to Lake Point Sports on X, and you can find the code there as well. So Anthony Olivo exits, and Avery Hunt makes his return. 1-0 continues to be the lead for Chicago White Sox Ace over TG Dbacks as we're into the 5th inning here in the Prep Baseball Open. This part of the Publix Legends of the Spring weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. Hope you enjoyed your break.
I did. We're getting the Publix grill off going outside. Got the Chicago Bulls intro music playing, so cool little atmosphere out there in the middle of the concourse.
Yeah, this the first or the inaugural Publix Grill Off Challenge, where we've got a coach from SCB Prime, a coach from Kennesaw Generals out there. They each both get to pick an ingredient, and then they're going to get their grill on and end up seeing who wins. I wish they would have done it like Iron Chef and made the ingredient secret.
Exactly. That would have been cool.
Then we would have had maybe Greg Barkoff from our partnership group come out with drop it down like he's the guy from the Iron Chef, dressed like Michael Jackson, and put it down and
that'd been great.
Show them what they're cooking with. So Loy Ballerini continues to pitch exceptionally well. A combined 1 hit between these two squads. Dribbler to short, gathers on the run. Nice jump throw for the first out.
Practice slow rollers in practice every day for plays like that. Really good play there at shortstop.
We are in the 5th inning, and we have a combined 1 hit between these two squads. So we've not seen a whole lot of action so far. Bryson Box pitching well for the D-backs, and Loy Ballerini doing the same for Chicago White Sox Ace. He's got 4 strikeouts so far. Now he's going to have to deal with Jacob Ward as Zach Carter grounds out. Cooper Vale in the on-deck circle. Nice breaking ball, 63 on the radar gun. Big swing and a miss from big Jacob Ward.
Ward, his first time up, lined out to right field, so maybe trying to spin him in some off-speed stuff to kind of keep him off that fastball.
He looks like he gets a hold of one. It's going to be trouble. But Ballerini's been pretty nasty with the secondary stuff. He's been locating well, changing speeds. Anthony said he's got the velocity's not going to blow you away, but the secondary stuff is awfully strong, and he's got a pretty good changeup as well.
Absolutely. You kind of see it, obviously the velocity's not going to blow you away, but really good pitchability, kind of hitting spots, mixing in speeds. So like we kind of live in a velocity-driven world these days, but guys that can pitch, throw different pitches for strikes are still very effective. Kind of, when you think of that in the big league level, kind of Greg Maddux, where, he was 88 to 90, but the ball moved 19 different ways and never left the corner of the plate.
Dribble to short, gathers, throws. Another down. Nice play there from shortstop. We see Xavier Castro showing off the glove the last couple plays.
We talk about it every week. It seems, obviously I missed a few innings, but, obviously been a pretty clean ball game so far. Making those routine plays, throwing a lot of strikes from both sides, and you can kind of see just the pace of the game and the score being down when you do those little things and execute effectively.
Another one to Castro, gathers another fancy throw on the run, gets him. Nice play there. Xavier Castro absolutely in charge in the 5th inning for Chicago White Sox Ace. They've got a 1-0 lead on TG Dbacks. We'll be back with more from the Prep Baseball Open.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
We're on to the bottom of the 5th inning in this pitcher's duel between the TG Dbacks and Chicago White Sox ace Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt. This game part of the Prep Baseball Open, and it's all rolled into the Publix Legends of the Spring weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. Bryson Box continues on the mound for TG Dbacks. Chicago White Sox ace has a 1-0 lead, but they're not the team that has a hit in this game.
It's odd. It was the 2 walks and then the balk.
Yeah.
Sacrifice bunt and a balk.
Yeah, Bryson Box has walked 3 batters. He's hit 1 and balked in a run, but still looking awfully strong in at the mound, and his team's down 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Would be an interesting storyline if you lose a ball game and throw a no-hitter.
That's right.
That would be a rare occurrence.
So here's Zach Carter, plate for Chicago White Sox ace. Excuse me. This is Andre Gordon. Game changer hadn't caught up yet. Andre Gordon will be followed by Xavier Castro and Haven Gamboa. Would only be fitting Xavier Castro after a fantastic defensive 5th inning that he gets a chance to come up to the plate and make something happen as well.
It appears that I may be Bryson's bad luck charm. Every time I come on, he falls behind early in the count, and it seems like in the 3 innings that I missed, that he was just rolling along smoothly. So.
Well, he allows a leadoff walk to Andre Gordon, and here comes Xavier Castro.
Chance to follow up that great defensive inning at shortstop, kind of get something rolling here for the offensive side.
This is Castro's 3rd straight year playing at Lake Point Sports. He was in the May Slugfest in 2022, the Prep Baseball Open last year. Nice athletic setup at the plate. Some kids just have that movement to them, that little bit of a swagger, and Castro certainly got it.
Absolutely. The leg guard and elbow guard kind of help with the swag look too. So, yeah, looks like a really good ball player. Looks like he may have squared the bunt there, might just be messing with the infielders. Obviously, with the pickoff, like, hey, I might be bunting, and then obviously get the guy 2 steps in at third and try to knock something past him over there.
So Box throws over to keep Gordon in place at first. Castro does show bunt, pulls back. Runner's going to take off. So, Anthony, when he was in here, we were talking about the last inning they had a runner on, and how aggressive do you get trying to search for that insurance run when not a lot's happening for you offensively. But you're getting a little bit further down the lineup here. You got the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters waiting to get to the plate, so maybe getting a little bit more aggressive at this point in the order.
Absolutely, especially in these tight ball games. You know, kind of putting that pressure on the defense. Obviously, you don't want to run into anything, but
There's the first hit of the game for Xavier Castro. So Chicago White Sox ace breaks through against Bryson Box. Now they've got runners at the corners searching for that insurance run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Maybe you are bad luck for Bryson Box. He walks a guy, gives up his first hit of the game.
I know I've been here for 2 hitters, and he's gone four scoreless, or the 3 innings that I haven't been here, he's been scoreless, and the one I was, he balked in a run. But good piece of hitting there by Castro to stay up the middle and kind of stay on that pitch and fight it through the middle.
Castro goes up the middle for that hit, follows it with a stolen base, and here's Haven Gamboa, the catcher, with a chance. Runners in scoring position, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Can't get the breaking ball in for a strike. Anthony said that he thinks whatever pitcher exits the game first, that other team's probably going to end up winning. So we'll see. We've seen a nice game so far from Box and Ballerini, so we'll see what starting pitcher gets knocked out first.
Fouls that one off the catcher there. Like the TG Dbacks might be infield in here trying to prevent that other run from scoring.
Yeah, they got to feel like offensively for them it's just a matter of time as well. Swing and a miss from Gamboa.
Big pitch there.
He goes down on strikes, and now we're going to see Ethan Johnson, the center fielder. White Sox, of course, looking sharp in those MLB pinstripes. Was talking to Anthony Olivo before the game and about the uniforms, and he said the players always are asking him about the South Side City Connects, but he's like, you guys do not want to be out there in the middle of the summer wearing all black
in
uniforms.
the all blacks.
Yeah.
No chance.
He said they had the road grays last year. I think we remember seeing those when they were down here for some of their older teams. But I guess they had a little bit of an issue where if somebody tried to get, because it was the White Sox specific gray, so if you tried to get gray from like someplace else, the grays wouldn't match up.
That makes sense.
So it just didn't look right. So the kids weren't necessarily down with it. The parents loved the look, so they just decided, and it's such a great look too, which is these white pinstripe jerseys too, and that Sox logo. And that Sox logo, throwing back, always makes me think of Bo Jackson, because Bo was there about the time that they moved to that logo in the 90s. Then it was like Eazy-E and Dr. Dre were wearing it and all that stuff, all those guys. Like, it was a big cultural thing when that White Sox logo came out.
For some reason, the only name, like the guy that I see in the pinstripes, the White Sox pinstripes, is Mark Burley and Gordon Beckham, because that's where he was drafted to out of Georgia.
Jermaine Dye. So another goes down on strikes, and Bryson Box is standing on his head here after allowing a leadoff walk in the first hit of the game from Xavier Castro. He's got back-to-back strikeouts, trying to strand runners at second and third, but the Chicago White Sox ace searching for that insurance run as that one goes foul. Now with Marcus Jackson, Tony Batista, the extra hitter, to follow if the inning continues for the White Sox.
We've had some good jerseys here this weekend, just kind of walking around the ballpark. I saw a Team USA kind of replica, and a team from Augusta has the Garden City jersey on field 11 right now. So some good looks this weekend here on the uniform side of things.
Yeah, I always love it when we get a little bit deeper in the summer and you get the Phillies scout team and all those. They'll be wearing the baby blues, and we're going to see some pretty sweet setups as we go along. And Bryson Box absolutely becoming the man here with 2 on in the bottom of the 5th. Strikes out 3 in a row. 1-0's the lead for Chicago White Sox ace. We'll be back with more. You're watching the Prep Baseball Open.
Next. Stop.
We got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Pitching continues to rule the day here in this matchup in the Prep Baseball Open, our game of the day between Chicago White Sox Ace and TG Dbacks. I'm Cory McCartney. That's Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt. This event part of the Publix Legends of the Spring weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. A busy weekend all across campus. Been a busy day for Loy Ballerini and Bryson Box as we're into the 6th inning. Third baseman tries to gather a throw, takes him off the bag, gets away, so we're going to have a runner at first. That one just a little bit hard to cover there at third base, and we get a leadoff hit from Owen Avery, start things off for TG Dbacks.
It's a rally so far with how this is, getting the leadoff guy on's considered a rally, how this game's been played so far.
All right, well, here is opposing pitcher Bryson Box trying to help himself out at the plate. Ballerini misses for ball one. We've seen so far 2 hits from TG Dbacks, 1 from Chicago White Sox Ace. They've got 1 run via a balk in the 2nd inning. Ballerini gets that in there for a strike. Box, who's at the plate, has gone 5 innings so far. He's allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Got a hit by pitch, couple wild pitches, balked in that run in the 2nd inning. Loy Ballerini on the mound right now for Chicago White Sox Aces. Box sends that one to third. Another issue gathering the ball again at third, so we're going to have back-to-back guys get on. There's some issues there at third base. It's going to allow the D-backs to get themselves in business here at the top of the 6th inning. Ballerini's allowed a couple hits, walked 1 and struck out 4. He's thrown 33 strikes over his 55 pitches.
We saw Box last inning kind of get out of a jam. Looks like we're going to have to see the same thing here, kind of pick his defense up a little bit. They've kind of laid him down on the first 2 hitters.
Rips that one into left field. That's down.
Oh, foul.
Foul ball. Looked like it was into the corner fair. Look, we're going to have some runners crossing the play for TG Dbacks, but going to have to wait here for a second as Bell sends that one foul. Liam Bell. Games have been so quick, we haven't had a lot of chance to talk about these guys. Liam Bell, 2028 from Creekview. 5'11", 140, also gets on the mound as well. Playing third base today for the D-backs. Miss makes it 1-1.
Low to get another ground ball here. Maybe get a double play ball. TG Dbacks just trying to hit something hard, not at somebody. I feel like they've hit a lot of hard balls right at guys today.
That one goes foul.
See everybody ducking as that one flies onto field 11.
One, 2 count. Let's see where the offering is. Doesn't get that call on the outside. I think Ballerini wanted that one as he smacks his glove. 59 miles an hour was the readout on the radar.
It's a good pitch there. I think probably just a bit down on the outer half. Oh.
Ballerini hits him, so they're going to have the bases loaded. So Bell's hit by a pitch, and here comes Justin Carr, the center fielder. The base is loaded. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. D-backs looking to break through.
Looks like they're willing to give up the tying run to try to maybe roll 2 up the middle here. Corner will go to the plate.
Misses on the 1-0, makes it 2-0.
Like to see the catcher kind of come out there and get our guy to calm down just a little bit with the 2 errors. Then obviously the hit by pitch, he's probably a little frustrated.
Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Ballerini. Justin Carr at 2028 on his way to Forsyth Central, outfielder and shortstop. 2-1's the count.
Good pitch.
Nice breaking ball, makes it 2-2. Guys, that one foul. Gamboa goes back, unable to make the play.
Oh, coming back. On the tournament side of things, we love seeing those balls roll back onto the field.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Nice job there from Lloyd Ballerini. Gets him down on strikes. So 1 down with the bases loaded. Nice response so far from Ballerini on the mound, and he has stayed awfully steady all game long. That's his 5th strikeout of the game. He's allowed just 2 hits, and that's in for a strike. Now facing Colin Walsh. Walsh, another West Forsyth player, shoots that one foul. He chases the high fastball. Got himself down to an 0-2 count. Walsh going to be followed by Carter Albrecht. Shoots that one right to short, makes the throw to second, throw to first. Not in time. TG Dbacks get one across the plate, so we're all tied up at 1-1. A little miscue there, trying to get the transition to from the glove hand to the throwing hand to make the throw to first, and unable to complete that double play, and we're all notched up at 1-1 here in the top of the 6th. Runner's taken off, throws the second, not in time. Typically don't see them throwing down to the base in that situation with the runner on third. D-backs able to capitalize, and they now lead 2-1 here in the top of the 6th.
Really good job there, swiping a bag, being able to steal that run. I mean, obviously in a game like this, every run matters, and obviously that one gives you the lead.
Shoots that one to short. Xavier Castro tries to make a diving play, unable to. The throw home is going to be wide, able to make the play at the plate. Nice job by Haven Gamboa, reaching back to get his man at home. Nice throw from center in to get the play and get them through the inning. 2-1, though, is the lead for TG Dbacks. We'll be back with more. This is the Prep Baseball Open.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, and this. So you can get together for a little of that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
We have finally had our offensive explosion here in this game of the day in the Prep Baseball Open. Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt. 2-1 is the lead for TG Dbacks as they were able to take advantage of some miscues on the left side of the infield of Chicago White Sox Ace and able to capitalize and get a couple runs there and now lead 2-1 as we move along to the bottom of the 6th inning. So we're going to have a pitching change for TG Dbacks. No, excuse me, that's still Bryson Box. Thought somebody else was taking the ball there. Box has pitched extremely well so far for TG Dbacks. As Chicago White Sox Ace now going to search for an answer as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
We talk all the time just about making those routine plays, not walking guys, and you kind of saw that those two components come back to bite the White Sox there. I mean, 2 errors to lead off the inning and then a hit by pitch, and all of a sudden, you're down 2-1.
Rips that one into left field, able to drop in front of the left fielder. So a leadoff single start things off for Chicago White Sox Ace as Tony Batista comes through with a base hit. And now here comes Malcolm Hill. Hill shows bunt. Box throws over to first. Batista's safe.
Interesting to see if we'll have the guy in motion or are we just going to straight bunt to get him to second base here. I'm seeing him kind of show bunt and pull back and have that guy in motion.
He does show bunt but pulls back. That's a strike. So we've got 4 hits now for the D-backs. They got a 3 in that last half an inning. 2 hits for the Chicago White Sox Ace. Shows bunt. He'll able to get that down, throw from third to first. Pulled him off the bag, so we're going to have runners at first and second. The throw's a little high. Pulled Ward off first base. So the throw from Bell to Ward pulled him off the bag, and now we're going to have runners at first and second for Chicago White Sox Ace.
I think he probably beats that throw out either way, but really good bunt there, hustle down the line. Now you're back in business trying to tie this ball game up.
And we're back at the top of the order for the White Sox. This is Aiden Patterson, Jordan Terrell to follow.
Interesting to see if we let him swing at the first one and then maybe go to the bunt to get second and third again. Or just let him swing away. He's ahead 2-0 here, so looking to drive something to the outfield.
Patterson's 0 for 2 on the day. Box has thrown 68 pitches here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rips that one into left field. Able to make the catch. Runners are going to stay put.
Really good swing there. Just an unfortunate result. Ended up hitting it right at a guy.
It could have been trouble if it would have found some green space there in the outfield, but unfortunately goes down via the pop out. So 1 down, and here is Jordan Terrell. Terrell's 0 for 2. Shoots that one to Ward. Gathers.
Just foul.
Just foul. Nice play from Ward, though, in front of that ball to potentially make the play, but he's going to have to wait his turn as Terrell goes back to the plate. Tries this. AB continues. Shows bunt, gets it down.
It's another really, really good bunt there.
Unable to make a play as Box fumbled picking up the ball. We're going to have the bases loaded. I think we've got some confusion here. See what the conversation is. The crew comes in to talk this over.
Not sure what we could possibly be discussing here. Maybe whether or not he stepped on the plate, maybe?
Unclear, but they signaled that the runner is safe at first, so we're going to have the bases loaded with 1 out. Saw Bryson Box have to put it together with runners in scoring position the last half an inning, and he struck out 3 batters in a row. So we'll see how he responds here with the bases loaded and 1 out. It's got now Matthew Naboo.
He's able to pitch out of that big jam last inning, see if he can't do the same thing here.
Naboo shoots that foul. Sure, he wants to come through with a big blow here to put the team up, but you just send one in the outfield and we've got a tie game.
Absolutely. Middle infield's back, so hit something on the ground up the middle and trust your speed, to kind of beat it out on that back end.
Fires that one in the left field. Runner's tag, and he's on the run. The throw is not in time as it's gathered by short, so we're going to have a tie game, 2-2 here in the bottom of the 6th as Matthew Naboo with the sacrifice fly in the left, and we're all squared at 2 runs apiece.
Such an interesting inning. Obviously, lead-off walk, bunt single, line drive, and then you go another bunt single from the middle of the order guy. Then you get a sacrifice fly across to tie the ball game.
Opposing pitcher Lloyd Ballerini. Ballerini 0 for 1. Looking to get that lead back for his team and presumably coming out there to finish things off in the 7th. Ballerini fires that foul.
Be kind of fitting for him here if he's able to drive in a run. He's had such a great outing on the mound.
Yeah, both pitchers have been fantastic. Box has walked 4 batters, hit by pitch in the bulk in the first run of the game, but he's been so strong as well. Ballerini does not bite. His runner's going to take off for third, so we got him at the corners.
Interesting to see here if we do an all first and third, have the guy at first steal and maybe steal another run, similar to how the Dbacks did in the top half.
Ballerini skies that one in left field. That's over his head. Ballerini on his way into second base. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run. Ballerini's on his way into third base with a triple, a 2-run triple from Lloyd Ballerini. Has Chicago White Sox Ace ahead. Gets the dugout hyped, absolutely hyped as they take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Absolutely, really good piece of hitting there. Staying on that ball, driving it to the deep right center field. How fitting that is for him. Obviously just discussed the outing he's had on the mound. But, really fitting way for, Chicago to be able to take this lead in the ball game is him just helping himself out. And, he's had an excellent ball game today at the plate now and on the mound.
Yeah, an impressive day for sure from Lloyd Ballerini as you see coaches going out there to have a word with Bryson Box. And that's really the first great contact they've had on Box all day long. Chicago White Sox able to capitalize. They now lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. You see Andre Gordon, DH, hitting for left fielder Nick Hale. Box almost sends that one back over the umpire's head. I think he might have got hit a little bit as the catcher reached back.
He'll hang in there, watches a lot of hockey, so he'll be good.
All right, 1-0's the count from Gordon. Box Lover shoots that foul.
4 runs given up by Box here in this outing, but if you're the TG Dbacks, I don't know how much more you could have asked from him. It's, 5 2/3 right now. He's given up the 4 runs, but he's been really impressive on the mound, and just kind of got unlucky with some butt singles, and then obviously the big hit there by Ballerini. So a really good outing for him as well on the mound.
Yeah, it's been a well pitched game on both sides for sure. Going to make it difficult as we put together player of the game a little bit later, but Ballerini certainly making a case as he's broken through with the biggest offensive production of this game so far with a 2-run triple that has White Sox Ace leading 4-2. walk to Gordon, and now here comes Xavier Castro. Runners at the corners again. We'll see if we're going to see Gordon on the run. Gordon takes off for second, so we're going to have runners at second and third. A couple more in scoring position here for White Sox Ace. Things did not go their way in their first outing of the day as they took on Kennesaw Generals, and they were looking to make something happen offensively as Castro gets that one down into center field, and another run's going to score. Now 5-2 Chicago White Sox Ace as Castro loops that one into center field.
Another good piece of hitting from Castro there. You saw him get the first hit of the ball game, kind of a similar swing. You know, the White Sox here are finally, you know, kind of finding some grass out there. Hits have been tough to come by. They've kind of, you know, rallied a few together, kind of got the inning started with a few bunt singles and a walk, and, you know, kind of jump-started that offense a little bit.
They fell 5-2 to Kennesaw Generals in the first game of the day. Box shoots that in for a strike. That's a dances away from that one. Generals out hit White Sox Ace 11-8 in that first game. So they were looking to get things going offensively, and they have certainly done so here in the bottom of the sixth as they now lead 5-2. Fires that one into right field. That's going to be down. Another run's going to score. Here comes one more. Now 7-2 White Sox Ace as they take over here in the bottom of the sixth inning, and everything has been working offensively for them as that ball is just seemingly dropping right in front of Dbacks defenders here and just rolling along offensively as they build on this lead.
Unlucky there for Box. I mean, that's a good pitch and just happened to, you know, find no man's land out there behind first base.
The sixth inning taking as long as I think the first 5 innings to get there took, but 7-2 is the lead for Chicago White Sox Ace. Ethan Johnson. Haven Gamboa at first. Catcher replaced with a courtesy runner. Johnson swing and a miss. Misses inside, make it 2-1. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. Johnson down to his last strike. D-backs looking to get out of this. They've got their work cut out for them as we head to the seventh. Sends that one into right field, able to make the catch and get out of the inning, but 7-2 is the lead for Chicago White Sox Ace. TG D-backs got some work to do as we head to the seventh. This is the Prep Baseball Open. We'll be back shortly from Lake Point Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
For a big company.
Welcome back to Lake Point Sports. This is the Prep Baseball Open. This is all part of the Publix Legends of the Spring weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. It's the second of 6 Champions weekends here at Lake Point Sports. Cory McCartney joined by Prep Baseball Georgia's Avery Hunt. 7-2 is our lead for Chicago White Sox ace Lloyd Ballerini going to finish things off here as he's been fantastic on the mound and got through with the stick in the last half an inning, a 2-run triple that helped his team to take a 7-2 lead, and he's going to try to polish this thing off on the mound. D-backs coming through with Riley Jordan at the plate. Riley going to be followed by Landon Collette and Zach Carter. Sends that one to Castro at short, able to gather throw in time for the out. Shows how strong the arm is that he fumbles the ball at short and still able to make that play. Been really impressed with, we talked a lot about Ballerini, but Castro's been fantastic.
He's played an excellent shortstop today in this ball game. He's got 2 hits offensively as well. If we're talking to that player of the game category, I mean, if Ballerini finishes this ball game out and has the go-ahead 2 RBI triple, it's hard not to pick him. But any other day, I think Castro has a very, very solid case for that award today. But Ballerini's been so impressive with on the bump and at the plate. So I mean, but really good game by Castro at shortstop. Seemingly caught everything that's hitting his area code, and then obviously the 2 singles at the plate.
Yeah, even that diving play, the way he's played, you think maybe he's got a chance at that as that ball got into center field a little earlier for a base hit. 0-2's the count to Landon Collette. He goes down on strikes. Down to the last out for TG Dbacks. Here comes Jacob Ward.
Right on cue.
Zach Carter.
Right on cue for Ballerini. Here he goes. First pitch ground ball, 3-pitch punch out. Worked so efficiently in this ball game.
Sends that foul.
Deposit that one on the field 11. Looks like we need some baseballs here on. See how quickly our tournament staff can get down there. It's kind of me, the eye in the sky watching.
Sends that foul. D-backs down to their last strike. Trailing 7-2 here in the top of the 7th. A game that has absolutely coasted by. We started at around 10:45, 10:50 Eastern time. Shoots that one over the second baseman's head, so we're going to have a base runner with 2 down. Nice job by Zach Carter to just shoot that one into right field, and here comes Jacob Ward, the first baseman.
Good job with 2-strike hitting there. Kind of keeps your team alive here. See if you can't piece something together.
Got their work cut out for him. Down 5 runs. D-backs are in the top of the 5th. Runner's taken off. Gamboa throws. That ball gets away from Castro. It hit off the side of his glove as he tried to gather to make the tag. Gamboa does not lack for confidence in the arm. That's a good thing to have in catcher, though.
Absolutely. I was surprised to see the dirt ball read there trying to, take a base with being down 5 runs with 2 outs. That's the last thing you want to do is get thrown out to second to end the ball game. But it turned out to be a good, aggressive base running decision. Gets rid of the force play up the middle.
Ballerini misses, makes it 2-0. Ward sends that foul, makes it 2-1. Zach Carter at second base. Ward rips that one into right field for another base hit. Here comes Carter on the way home. Jacob Ward comes through with a hard hit RBI single. 78.9 on the exit velo into right field, and it's now 7-3.
Kind of saw him hit the ball hard in his first at bat too. Kind of in the just hit that one just a little bit lower, a little bit more toward right center, and, you know, really good piece of hitting there to be able to drive in a run. And, you know, they always say that last out of the ball game is the hardest one to get. Obviously, in the big leagues, it's the 27th out, but this will be the 21st out. So
that's right.
You know, that is always the toughest out to get in a ball game.
Shoots that one in left field. So we're going to have runners at first and second as Cooper Vale comes through with the base hit. And here comes Owen Avery, just piecing things together here with 2 down in the top of the 7th.
You know, just kind of one hit at a time. You know, you can't get them all back with one swing. You're tying runs in the on-deck circle, so you're just trying to keep passing that baton to the next guy and, you know, keep things rolling here. And if you can get the tying run of the plate, you know, anything can happen.
Owen Avery's 1 for 2 on the day. Ballerini misses, makes it 1-0. Ballerini been almost magician-like so far. If you're the White Sox coaching staff, it's not as though you want to make a change needing just 1 out and have to potentially burn a pitcher. He's seemingly pulled something out of his hat at every turn. .2-0 is the count.
That's fouled back.
Did you see the reaction to the, as it hits the top of the scout tower?
Everybody has to look up and figure out what's going on.
That's
Everybody
right.
about to get hit in the head.
That's right. Again, Avery is 1 for 2. Gamboa tries to steal the strike, but makes it 3-1. Runners at first and second. Be an interesting situation if he walks the bases loaded and that tying run comes up to the plate. Swing and a miss, as that was seemingly going to be ball 4, but couldn't lay off the elevated, I think we're going to call that a changeup, elevated changeup. Count is full down to their last strike.
Ball 4. Tying run is at the plate.
So Owen Avery walks, and here comes Bryson Box, who has been spinning a gem most of this game with Lloyd Ballerini. He's got a chance to do what Ballerini did, which was put his team ahead. Box can at least potentially eat into that White Sox lead. Need just 1 out to finish off this win for the White Sox Ace program. Dbacks have to play another game, and right after this they play Kennesaw Generals. So Ballerini's going to continue.
If you're White Sox here, you know, you kind of go 1-1. That kind of puts you on the cut line almost between the gold bracket and the silver bracket. So we'll have to come down to runs allowed with those guys if they pull this one out.
Ballerini misses to Box, makes it 1-0. Box is 0 for 2 on the day. Now 2-0. Liam Bell's in the on-deck circle. Justin Carr, if the inning does continue for the D-backs. Box skies that one into right field, able to camp underneath it and make the out. Chicago White Sox ace, hold on. Lloyd Ballerini is your winner. 7-3 the victory for Chicago White Sox ace as they take this matchup, our game of the day in the Prep Baseball Open. We'll be back with more and talk player of the game as we return from Lake Point Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
Welcome back to Lake Point Sports. Cory McCartney, Prep Baseball, Georgia's Avery Hunt. 7-2 is the 7-3, is the win for Chicago White Sox Ace over TG Dbacks in our game of the day from the Prep Baseball Open. This, of course, all part of the Publix Legends of the Spring weekend presented by Palmy Insurance. A busy weekend all across campus, and a really well-pitched game. Avery on both sides. We saw Bryson Box for the Dbacks, Louis Ballerini for the White Sox Ace. The things really didn't get going offensively until that 6th inning. We saw a combined 8 runs, and we saw another for the D-backs in the 7th inning. But I thought, by and large, both sides a really well-pitched game.
Absolutely. I mean, with Box and Ballerini, I think, if you're a coaching staff and a guy can go out there and get you a complete game, granted Boxes only went 6 innings because they, did not have to play the 7th. But, really good job by him. I think got a little unlucky in that bottom of the 6th inning where the runs scored. But, I mean, obviously, I think the star of the show is Ballerini there with, goes 7 complete innings, 3 runs, one run being earned, and, in the bottom half of that 6th inning, hits the 2-run triple to kind of blow the doors off and get the lead for the White Sox. So, really good job by him, and, on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, on the mound and at the plate.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Ballerini, 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and then everything changes in that top of the 6th inning. We were waiting for that moment. When was one of these teams going to get things going offensively? And Ballerini did absolutely that with a 2-run triple, just smoked a ball had their outfield on the run, and Ballerini did the same and put his team ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about it the entire broadcast of just how good he was on the mound, and I think we were talking about it, how fitting it would be for him to kind of get the hit that gives him the lead. And, I mean, really good job at the plate, and then obviously on the mound. I mean, everything and more that you could ask for from him if you're the Chicago White Sox's coaching staff. I mean, he gives you a chance, saves pitching for the rest of the week, and only gives up 3 runs over 7 innings. And honestly, one of those was an earned run. So, I mean, he really gave up one that was his fault. So, really good job by him. And, I think he's the most deserving player of the game, obviously. So, really impressive day for him.
Yeah, big day for Louis Ballerini and a big win for Chicago White Sox Ace. They take it 7-3 over TG Dbacks in this game of the day from the Prep Baseball Open. Again, this is part of a huge weekend here at Lake Point Sports, the 2nd of 6 Champions Weekend. Not only do we have the Prep Baseball Open going on, we have the Rise Hoops, the 100 Sessions 2 at the Champion Center, the BVCA Pairs Tournament, and one at the Beach Volleyball Pavilion, and the Elite Club National League Soccer at Publix Field. So certainly a lot going on. If you're able to make it out to campus, a lot to see without question. But that'll do it for our game of the day here from Lake Point Sports. We'll be back with more action next week. I appreciate Avery Hunt coming on as always, Anthony Olivo from the Chicago White Sox Ace, and the work of producer Mason Monroe in the back here of our studio. Until next time, we appreciate it. We'll see you soon from Lake Point Sports.